Hi, this is Eileen Ryan from Pounding Pavement 101. I am here today with one of my superstar clients, Maura Kate Mitchelson, who just landed her dream job. How are you today, Maura Kate?
I'm good. I'm really excited.
Fantastic. I want to, first of all, I want to congratulate you on
Thank
landing
you.
your dream job. You are
Thank
headed
you.
to New York City. But I want to have a little conversation about the process.
Mhm.
So this way, future people can understand, why they need to reach out for professional assistance. You graduated college in May.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so, and you are about ready to attack the job market. What were
Mhm.
you thinking at that point?
I don't even know. I was not even thinking, I feel like, clearly about it. I didn't really know what to do. I was very stressed and I kind of didn't know where to start. So definitely working with Eileen helped me figure out how to get going and just all the steps that I needed to take.
Yeah, I mean, you had gone, I'm sure, to your college career services department before
Mhm.
graduating.
Yes.
And I think the experience was a little different once you got out into the job search process and once we started
Mhm.
working together.
Definitely different.
Yeah. And was that did it make it a little bit clearer for you as to what employers are really looking for?
Absolutely. I felt with the career center, it wasn't very specialized. It wasn't really about me and what I wanted and who I was, but instead it was pretty much about just checking me off a list and saying that, yes, I've been there and they helped me, which, maybe they did, but definitely not as much as Eileen.
Well, and that's part of the problem is that, look, they're checking off and they have to treat every student equally. It's just the way it is. But if you're going into the open market, you need to be better than all the other candidates.
Mhm.
So when you started the process and we started with resume development,
Mhm.
okay, and then we moved on to preparing for interviews. How did that feel? Because I don't believe in mock interviews. They don't work. Were you a believer after we did the interview prep as to what the process is?
Yes, I definitely was. I was still a bit nervous. I feel like that's pretty normal with anyone, when I was having my interviews or before they started. But definitely all the steps that we went through and kind of writing down my own answers for things, sort of mentally preparing without having to do sort of a pretend situation, definitely helped and definitely helped me feel more prepared and kind of just more on top of my game. Like I knew what to expect and I knew I had the tools to deal with it, even if something unexpected happened.
The 2 week mark,
Hmm.
when you were all of a sudden applying for jobs,
Hmm.
how did that feel? Because when we had the
Hmm.
discussion, you said, gee, it feels like this is going on forever. And I said, it's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I definitely feel that at first it was so exciting and new, and then after doing it for what felt like a lot longer than it actually was, I was a bit discouraged. I was a bit down on myself about it because I was thinking, oh my gosh, I've been applying for 2 weeks and I haven't gotten a job yet. But then looking back in the grand scheme of things, that's really not a lot of time, and it just kind of it takes time to get your name out there and to kind of perfect even what you're doing and working on cover letters and just that kind of thing. So I feel that I hit the 2 weeks and I was a bit down, but then in talking with you, I just kind of remembered that hey, it's a whole process and it's not something that happens overnight.
And let's talk about the 2 week mark, because at 2 weeks, you started getting activity. You were generating a lot of calls, a lot of activity was coming in, which was incredible.
Mhm.
Were you surprised when all of a sudden that kicked in?
I was, and it was interesting because you had said, once you hit 100 jobs you've applied to, people will start reaching out. And it was pretty funny because it was just about right after I applied to 101 and I got an email, and it was pretty funny because it happened pretty much right as you said. So it was
Pounding Pavement 101, right there.
exactly, there you go.
101. And then,
So
okay, so your official job offers
mhm,
or offer came in at 4 weeks, 2 days, if I recall.
mhm.
So 4.2 weeks.
Yeah.
You've landed your dream job.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I'm going to be in the graduate development program at Fleischman Hillard, specifically for consumer marketing. So I'm pretty excited about it for a lot of reasons, but I'm really excited just because it is my first job right out of college. And since it's kind of set as sort of a 6 month thing, I'll really be able to, shadow people, get to know people at the company and see, what pretty much everyone does on a day-to-day basis, which I think will be really helpful and really exciting. And I'm also really happy about the fact that 2 of the 3 people I interviewed with at the company did the program and then got a full-time job offer afterwards. So I feel like there's a lot of room for growth and definitely just a fun team. And I'm really excited to join them and to get going with it. So
I would assume also you're just excited to move from Kansas to New York City, which is absolutely incredible.
I'm very excited about that. Yes.
Well, I want to congratulate you on your new dream job. I am so excited. I hope you'll stay in touch and good luck. Thank you for doing this.
Yes, thank you so much.